What is going on, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I want to kick off this new series on the channel called 10 beginner investing mistakes. These are going to be mistakes that I have personally made over my now close to 20 years, actually probably over 20 years of being invested in the markets. And I'll hopefully be able to share a little bit of my experience so that you guys can take that, learn from that, and ultimately avoid these mistakes yourself. The mistake that I want to talk about in this video is what I call bottom fishing, or it's the idea that as an investor, you are going to, or expect to, perfectly time the bottom when you're adding a new stock or ETF to your portfolio. The problem of viewing it this way, and why I consider it a mistake ultimately, is you're putting like false, unfair expectations on yourself to perfectly scoop a stock or ETF at its perfect bottom point. Even the best hedge funds, professional money managers, and people that are far smarter than you and I, let's call it the average investor, are able to do that on a consistent basis. Now, why this mistake can be costly, in my opinion, is if you are trying to fish out that perfect bottom, you end up sometimes waiting on the sideline or hesitating, or certainly just causing yourself a ton of stress worrying about that pinpoint entry. It's happened to me before where while you're waiting for that quote unquote perfect opportunity, you blink your eye or there's a big piece of news comes out. Next thing you know, the stock had a big pop or it goes on a run. You're kind of sitting there like a duck because you were waiting to get super, super picky. Now, a solution, and in my opinion, a better way of approaching this, at least this is what works for me, it's how I go into building pretty much all of my new positions in my portfolio, especially if it's a stock that has been on a downtrend or falling. Consider purchasing that stock in tranches or batches. Let's say you have $10,000 that you want to deploy into this new position. That's kind of your desired position size relative to your overall portfolio and asset mix and whatnot. If the stock is in general in a range that you consider and you believe to be, after doing your research, in a undervalued territory, it's showing promise or upside, go in with 50% of that position, maybe 60%, maybe 70%. Where that number will skew is essentially, how deep of a value or opportunity you're seeing with the stock. If it's in a position that you feel is more deeply discounted or maybe a bigger sell-off, maybe you can lean a little bit higher and put a little bit more skin in the game. But take 50, 60, 70% of that position. Now you are exposed in the case that it does have a little bit of a pickup. Then what you got to do is just relax, step back, and give it a little bit of time. A little bit of time is obviously relative, but maybe that's a couple weeks, maybe it's a couple months. Stocks do sometimes take their time to make their moves. But another beginner mistake, which kind of ties into this, is the need to just deploy your money so quickly, right? It's like a rush that you need to get your money in there. If you've deployed 70% of your desired position, in my opinion, that's pretty darn solid. Now, what's important with this is that you still have 30%, give or take, of money sitting on the side, your dry powder or capital, that you could look to deploy in as tranche number 2. This to me happens actually a ton. Again, you're almost accepting the fact that I may not have picked the exact bottom, but I'm picking near the bottom. And I'm okay with that. I'll buy some here. If the stock continues to drop, I'll come in with another tranche number 2, and in due time, potentially tranche number 3, getting you to your desired weight. A downside to this, of course, is there may be scenarios where you put in a smaller than desired position size and the stock does happen to bounce back and rebound shortly after. Well, in that case, it does happen. You could either buy more if you still feel the stock is fair, or maybe something that you just live with. That's the trade-off that you may want to make just for your peace of mind as an investor. And I have a good example to wrap up this video where essentially I did exactly this in the recent year or so. In my case, the stock was the company Lockheed Martin, which I'm now up about 45% on the position, which is super solid considering it's been, I believe, about a year or less of holding. If we go back to about July of last year was when I entered into this position. It had come down relatively meaningfully off their most recent highs, and I felt that it was in a range that was fair to add to my portfolio. What ended up happening was, after putting my initial or entry-level position or tranche into this stock, the scenario played out almost exactly kind of, how I'm explaining in this video. The stock continued to trend down thereafter. In fact, forget the exact date, but when they did report their earnings, they had a pretty terrible day. The stock dropped, in a single day, 9, 10, 11%, forget the exact number, but I was down on my position. Now, this didn't bother me for a couple of reasons. For one, I had already thought the stock was in a fair and reasonable range when I purchased it, hence why I added it to my portfolio. So if it dropped a little more, even better for me. And number 2, because I had more capital, another tranche to come in and bring that average cost down, that also left me with some peace of mind. So here you can see I increased the position by 10%. Again, let's call that tranche number 2, help build up that portfolio, take advantage of the dip. Next thing you know, The stock didn't end up making a slow and gradual recovery. And now I'm sitting here again with the 40 or 50% return, which is a nice scenario of how that worked out. All that to say, in wrapping up this video, beginner mistake number one for this series is don't expect to perfectly time the bottom. And a good way of potentially mitigating that is, rather than considering an all or nothing thing, you can come in with some tranches to help mitigate the stress, bring your average cost down, and I just think make investing a bit more of an enjoyable process.